Big 12 Football Media Day is in July. What is it? What is it, Andy? What I sent to you?
12 and 13, I think.
12
Or
and
13 and
13.
14.
I got it here, but it's roughly 2 weeks after officially joining 12th and 13th at
Oh, yeah.
AT&T Stadium.
Once July rolls around, your feet are going to hit the ground running because it's going to be Big 12 Media Day right at the end of July. Training camp, all of August is leading up. There's going to be the quarterback battles. Again, there's so many things that the program does have going for it outside of just we're going to play a Big 12 schedule. So hopefully they do capitalize on it come the summer.
Because the Houston Roundball Review Media Group is planning to be at Football Media Day. Okay, someone will be there representing the Houston Roundball Review. Trust and believe that is the plan, because we're expanding. We got platforms. Heck, might be doing the lunch break from there. Who knows? But ideas is just other ways to reach our fans, because our fans are growing. Kennetra, it is really gratifying for me and Andy and Dayon. We walk around at basketball games. You guys doing a show tonight? Yeah. Let's rage Cougs. Go Cougs. I mean, over and over, you folks recognize us in Fort Worth at the conference championship. That is just, it is so awesome to see
Yeah.
that our work is paying off and be recognized. And now going to the Big 12, I'll say this. I'm not sure Houston's going to capitalize on it, but we're going to. we're going to put forth every effort to capitalize on UH joining the Big 12, because I got some interview plans in mind for some pretty high up folks in the Big 12. Just saying, I'm putting that out there right now. But Andy, what are you going to say?
No, I was just going to add on to your point about the conference tournament in Fort Worth. I was at a CBS and I had someone come up to me and again acknowledge from the show, recognize me from the show, showed me on Twitter, which I obviously you see a lot of these accounts on Twitter. You don't know the faces behind them, so it's just an awesome experience all season long to be able to connect with people that tune into the show and they know you for something that you've created. It's awesome, and I've said it many times on Let's Rich Cougs, but never be able to say thank you enough.
And AJ Jones he's part of our growth and who we are, and he's helping us to continue to grow. Because when AJ invited me to be a guest on the lunch break 3-4 years ago, whatever, I noticed how he did his show in the streaming platform, and then I saw how he did it. I looked into doing it for myself, and then I got Andy involved in streaming the shows. So he does his own shows as well. So AJ, it all ties together. And getting Kennetra to be part of the shows now, meeting her at the Big 12 basketball tip-off, and she's been so kind to join us when she can on the lunch break here. And we'll try to continue that relationship as well going forward. Now that Kansas and Houston will be in the same conference. Let's talk about Commissioner Brett Yormark. He had an interview that was posted a few days ago. One of his goals is Big 12 Mexico. Kennetra, have you heard anything about that? Do you have any more specifics about what that could mean?
No, I haven't heard any of the details. We did have a chance to talk to the commissioner during the NCAA tournament in Des Moines, just about his vision, what the past kind of 7-8 months have been like for him since taking the helm, of the Big 12. I mean, he was here in Kansas City for the Big 12 basketball championships in March. He caught a lot of heat from the media because he relocated the media upstairs.
Way up top, way upstairs.
Way upstairs into the hockey kind of the hockey press box, in the sake of money. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it was the highest revenue generating Big 12 tournament to date. So I don't see him going back to putting the media back courtside where they were for the NCAA Midwest Regionals. Just saying. But yeah. And then of course it was, Fat Joe Friday and DJ Diesel Saturday. So the entertainment element.
And remind everyone, who is DJ Diesel?
Shaquille O'Neal. Brought them in, for entertainment purposes. during the weekend of the Big 12 championship, this, the Friday night, Saturday night. It changes next year because this year the men's and women's tournaments were going on simultaneously, two different venues down the street. Next year, the women will be the week before the men. They will all be playing their respective Big 12 tournaments at T-Mobile Center. But of course, the schedule has to shift a little bit from what it was because of BYU's policies. They can't compete on Sundays, which is when the Big 12 women's championship game is played. So that schedule changes, a little bit. And then also 2 weeks later, T-Mobile Center will be hosting the NCAA Wrestling National Championship. So there's a lot of moving parts kind of in March going on at that venue.
And I'm going to put this comment up from Cole. Big 12 Mexico, in the words of Angela Rye. Boy, bye. It sounds weird. I'm curious to see what it entails. Will it be a football game in Mexico? Will it be a basketball game, event, doubleheader, or more? Who knows? But it's just another example of Commissioner Yormark and his staff thinking outside the box. The business symposium that they will have around the baseball championship is a great idea. The pro day for NFL draft for the entire conference next year is a great idea. Rucker Park, I think, will start this summer, where Big 12 coaches will be at the Rucker. These are ideas that the old guard would have never come up with. So it's different. We'll see if it works. There will be some more concerts in connection with Big 12 and I guess Rock Nation artists. And I mean, one of the things that I've heard is this media synergy. The goal is to generate $75 million for the conference to split among its members. Andy, could you see Michael Resco doing that in the American?
No.
So it's just, this is a new era. Houston is joining the Big 12, and they need to step up their game in terms of marketing, promotion. Just saying, hey, we're in the Big 12 now. We're playing Big 12 teams. Come see us.
It's not enough.
That's not enough.
And I mean, again, going back to Brett Yormark and his idea for Big 12 Mexico, it's innovative. That's the word. And to be quite frank, it's what you need to be if you're not the SEC and the Big 10. Where can you build another audience? And one of the things that the Big 12 has going for it is a lot of links to Texas. And Texas, and specifically Houston and the Dallas area, I mean, they have a lot of market when it comes to the Hispanic community. It could be tapped, especially if it is a success. And that's something that they'll have that the SEC and the Big 10 won't. And that's an advantage that they can grow from. It's innovative.
But
exactly. Go ahead.
My question, once Texas joins the SEC, then how attractive will Big 12 in Mexico be?
True, but that's where Houston comes in. They need to take advantage of it. I mean,
but understand.
Yeah.
But I think before you can have promotion, you have to have a solid product.
No doubt there. No question. Well,
but
Kennetra, are you saying mediocre football is not a solid product?
It's not a draw.
I will say this though. I mean, how many conferences are even trying to make that connection? That could be something that they have going for them in their favor. Like they could basically be the first taste that they have of American football and American sports in general, which could be it could be a selling point, not a selling point, but it could be a connection, an advantage. Again, that's the key thing, something that differentiates them from the other conferences, which if you're not one of those quote unquote power two, you gotta kind of, for the lack of a better phrase, throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, I mean, because you see what's happening in other sports, in other conferences. Notre Dame, with international football. You look at basketball, women's basketball next year. They just announced that Notre Dame and South Carolina you know, they're going to open. Is it Ireland, Scotland,
Paris.
Mm-hmm. You know, so you see that, you know, so you have those brands, and I think not as much in football, but in the other sports, you have a lot more international flavor on the rosters that I think, you know, is attractive. So, you know, we'll see if the vision, how well the reality aligns with the vision.
And reminding everybody, I'm Chris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. Joining me on Throwback Thursday on the lunch break is Andy Yanez from Gallery Sports and Kennetra Pulliams from Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus. AJ kind of tweeted out, it's a Takeover Thursday. This is our time slot on the lunch break. So going forward, we're going to see if we can grow with it and you guys help us grow with it. The lunch break is also available on the BS3 Network on Roku. So thank you very much, AJ, for trusting us to be on this show and believing in us as well.